Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a full face test in new makeup, of course. But before we jump into the video, I just wanted to share a couple channels that I've really been loving on YouTube recently, and I feel like they deserve so much more recognition. They do beauty, they're constant. Like, I like consistent uploaders. When I find a channel that does beauty, they have a nice personality and they upload constantly, I'm just like, yes, subscribe. So yeah, these are a few of the channels that I love recently. First of all, of course, we have Gary, the plastic boy honey. Like, he is just hilarious. He's so real, down to earth. I love his slip and slays, but I also love when he reviews luxury beauty. Another channel you should check out is definitely Miss Sid. She does a lot of beauty content as well. She's very consistent, which I love, but she tends to do more base videos. So if you like videos about foundations and concealers and bronzers, she does a lot of that. Another channel you should check out is Brittany Vaughn. She actually does true crime and makeup, which I love the way she tells stories. She's so funny without taking the mick out of the situation that's obviously very serious, because she's talking about true crime, so people have died, but she still throws her little personality in there, and I absolutely love watching her videos. So yeah, those are my three channels that I think you definitely should check out. I'm just gonna leave it there for now, but there's of course countless other channels that I absolutely love watching, and maybe I'll make this a regular thing where I just shout out channels that I've been loving. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump straight into testing this makeup. So one of you actually messaged me, I'm so sorry, I can't remember who, but you sent me the link to this Focallure full coverage matte foundation, and they actually had, I think, 20 shades, which, you know, for Chinese brands, that's quite a lot. They tend to only stick to light to medium skin tones, but they actually have darker shades in this. So I picked up the shade number 19, so I mean, I'm kind of right at the end, I suppose. So the shade range is not like, they're not Fenty or anything, but they do have a few darker shades if you were interested. So I think I paid £7 for this foundation. It did come with, like, some of it was leaking outside of the bottle, but it hasn't smashed or anything. It does come with a pump as well, and this is the full coverage matte foundation, and it is in like a frosted glass bottle. I'm gonna take that much. Shade doesn't look too bad actually, but I feel like everyone always tells me you use a foundation too dark, but I prefer to go in with a darker foundation than a lighter foundation if I can't find something to match me exactly, because all the shades around this were really pinky or orange, so I wanted to go for something that's more like neutral cool, which I think this definitely is, but it just happens to be darker than my skin tone. I'd rather get a darker foundation with the right undertone than a lighter foundation with a crazy undertone, if you know what I mean. People love to act like it's so easy for women of color to find foundations that match exactly. It's really not. So we got to make do with what we have out here. But yeah, gonna go ahead and blend it in. Does have a little fragrance, but nothing overpowering, and it's blending out really nicely. This would be like a good summer shade for me if I was actually seeing the sun, you know. It's not like I've been on holiday or anything. I know it's summer. I said that in my last video. I was like, this would be a good summer shade. It is summer, yeah, I know that, but I obviously haven't been doing my normal summer activities like holidays and stuff, so I haven't really caught the sun this summer. This foundation is really not bad at all. It's really lightweight. It doesn't look cakey on the face. It has like a, I wouldn't say it's matte just yet, maybe it's gonna dry down, but it has like a skin, like, I would say slightly glowy look to it right now. It is gonna be impossible to film this video today. You guys don't even know half of the stuff that I cut out. My kids are now convinced there's a ghost in the house because a ball dropped by itself, so I've just had to go sort that out. Now moving on to eyeshadow, I have some palettes from Makeup Obsession. They came out with quite a few new palettes recently. So they have these 5 mini palettes, and then they also have these 2 nude palettes. So I'm going to show you the inside of all of them, and then I'll decide what I want to use. First of all, these things, when they came, they're so tiny. I thought they would be a little bit bigger than this. I thought they would be like the same size as the Huda Beauty. But what kills me even more is that the actual eyeshadow size, guys, you're actually going to cry. Look how tiny these are. I don't even know if a big fluffy brush can fit into, just barely. You can they're so tiny. It looks like it's like child makeup, or maybe like makeup for dolls. I don't know. This is so small. The pans, I wish, if you're gonna go for a small palette like this, I don't feel like they should have had names, and I feel like the pans should have just taken up the whole space, if you know what I mean. Forget the gaps in between. They should have been bigger. But yeah, apart from the fact that they are minuscule, the shades look pretty nice if you're into the monochromatic color pop type of vibe. Then we have this one, which is called Nude is the New Nude, and honestly, when I saw saw this online, I thought I would absolutely love it, but then when it came, all of the shades are pretty lighter than I was expecting. So like the whole top row I just wouldn't use because they're not really transition colors for my skin tone. So I'm left with the bottom row, but even from here, so I would end up using probably these 4 shades here, 2 kind of crease transition colors for me, and then 2 dark outer V colors. And overall, if I was to buy this, 4 shades that I would probably use out of the whole palette is not really worth it to me. I mean, it's not a bad palette. I feel like if you're light to medium skin, you will get loads of use out of this as an everyday palette. But if you're my skin tone and darker, there's definitely better nude options out there that you can get more use out of. And then last but not least, we have the Golden Honey palette, and then these are the shades on the inside. So these are, I would say these are a better selection than the last one, just because you do get like transition colors in here you could use. There's only 2 kind of light transition colors that you could use on the lid or the inner corner to brighten. I might just end up going with the Golden Honey palette, you know. I'm sorry if you're tired of me doing neutrals, but I really want to try out this palette. So I'm going to start with the ABH eye primer, and this foundation is still not dried down. I don't know what matte finish they are talking about, but this weren't the foundation they were talking about. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to take is this one, and it's called Hot Pursuit. And I think this one I'm going to start on the crease. I might end up dipping into one of the little palettes to kind of mix into the look. Okay, so what if I go into this Sunshine palette and take this one down here, which is called Sunrise, and this I'm going to dust right up by the brow bone, kind of get like a nice light gradient up there, hopefully. It's a nice mustardy yellow. Now going back into the first palette with the first shade, just going to deepen and darken that crease again, re-intensifying that colour. Okay, then taking Deep Tan, which is the darkest shade in this palette, like a dark brown, and this I'm going to put on the inner and outer corner. Nice, that's nice and deep and dark without being black. Every day my neighbour's dog is just barking. Every day, ruff, 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 and I'm just like, it makes it so stressful for me when I'm filming. Now for the shimmer in the centre of my lid, they have tons of shimmers in here, so I'm feeling to go for this one down here called Honey Baby. That is a nice shimmer. This is such a nice eye look, almost like a toned down sunset. So the eyeshadows perform well. I think like my problem is these pans are just way too small, and then this palette I have no problem with at all. It performed really, really nicely. Shimmer's really nice to use, not super foiled, but nice to use, I suppose, and the mattes were really, really nice and blendable. This dog is upsetting me and my homegirls. Like, if I can't film in my house, where can I film?
It's upsetting me and my homegirl, because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Better Noches, what the hell could you go?
I am not feeling this foundation, guys. It's just getting dewier by the second, to be honest. I might try this again, but pair it with like the Too Faced Primed and Poreless primer and see if maybe that mattifies it a little bit, because I don't hate the coverage and it does look nice on the skin. It's just little bit too glowy for me. So I'm going to go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite in 11.5 just to conceal, because I don't have a new concealer today. You know, sometimes I get comments like, when you put concealer here, it makes your nose look bigger. Oh my god, your nose looks bigger when you do this. And I'm just like, my nose is big. Like, what's the problem? Like, no matter what I do, I'm still gonna have a big nose. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier translucent powder. She's meant to be coming out with a translucent medium or honey powder, which I really want to grab. Even though I like this one, I can imagine like a nice honey soft banana undertone would just look even better on me. Now for bronzer today, we have something really exciting. As soon as I saw these, I was like, they're so cute. These are the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Contour Bar. So in here you get a contour and a highlighter. I got the shade medium and deep, but I also believe they have fair and light. There was 4 altogether. So this is what the actual box looks like, but then this is what the actual palette looks like. Part of me wishes that it had the same packaging on the palette, because this just looks a bit plain, but this looks really, really cute, but I digress. So then you open it up, and then these are the 2 products on the inside, and it does smell like chocolates. It even says smell me on the mirror. So this is the bronzer, and then this is the highlight. Sorry, these are terrible swatches, but yeah, this is most likely the one that I'm gonna use, just because the deep one is really deep. I feel like this year Revolution said, oh, you want bronzers for deeper skin? Yeah, here's 10,000. So this is the deep palette, and as you guys can see, the contour is a lot deeper. Let me hold them up side by side. So this is the medium and this is the deep. Okay, so this is the deep contour and then this is the deep highlighter, which is going to be great for deeper, darker skin tones, but medium is probably what I'm going to go for. A little bit cooler. I suppose it is a contour. It's actually labelled as a contour, so I shouldn't judge it as a bronzer. It is a contour palette. I'm also going to take a little bit of that powder down the sides of my nose, because I find it looks a bit weird when the rest of my face is so like bronzed and sculpted and then my nose is just like highlighted. Yeah, I really like that. That's really nice. I would definitely use that again, so really happy with that. It's added nice like darkness around the edges of my face, contoured and slightly bronzed. Can't complain at all. So I don't have a new blusher, so I'm going to take this one from Focallure. It's the Sun-Kissed bronzer. Sun-Kissed bronzer. I said it again. Sun-Kissed blusher in the shade 04, which is the orangey peachy tone. And blushing my cheeks. Now going back to the chocolate contour palette, I'm going to go into the highlighter. And I'm going to put this on the tops of my cheekbone. Oof, very pigmented. Just going to concentrate that right there. Yeah, that's a nice one. It's a nice formula. I'm going to go in and set with the new Huda Beauty Glow Cocoa Hydrating Mist. So I actually ended up giving away my Resting Boss Face spray just because the smell is too strong. It kind of like stung my nose when I sprayed it on my face because it was just so, the smell was too much. So on the back it says you can use it to prime, to set and to freshen up. So kind of any stage of your makeup you can use it. The mist on that is really nice. Yes, the smell's not offensive. It's not too, it does have a little fragrance to it, but it's nothing out of this world crazy. Okay, so far so good. That's definitely given me a nice skin-like glow to my skin. It's settled in all of the powder, looks really nice. So last but not least, lips. I'm gonna start with Glory lip liner, just because I don't have a new lip liner. And then for my lips, I got this lip gloss from a brand called Code 8 and it's their Glaze lip gloss. I think it's new from the brand. So looks like a nice nude, peachy nude color. It might be sheer, so let's see. I might need to put a lipstick underneath because it seems like it's a topping gloss or maybe a gloss you wear without a lip liner, but like this, it looks a bit weird. So I'm just gonna take this off quickly. So we're gonna do Glory lip liner, Revolution Vow lipstick. And then we're going to take the Code 8 lip gloss and top it. Yeah, it looks so much better on top of a nude. Okay, so those are the lips. Classic Tammi nude, peachy, glossy, looks amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead, put some lashes on and do my lower lash line and I'll come back to you with the final look. Okay guys, so here we have the final look. I went ahead and put my lashes on in the style Ava and this is what they look like. And this is the final look. So what do you think? I think it's super cute, neutral but still slightly glam. I don't know if this would be classified as soft glam, but it looks like it to me. Now that everything's said and done, I feel like that foundation definitely has potential. I will see how it wears throughout the day and then of course try it again and maybe update you in a future video. But so far, first impressions, I wasn't super blown away by the finish, but now that everything's on, powdered and you know settled down, I really like how it looks overall. Coverage is amazing and it does look very lightweight. It feels very lightweight. Still looks like makeup of course, but it doesn't look cakey or anything. It is really smooth and like my pores are blurred and you know everything together looks really good. The eyeshadow palette, the Golden Honey by Makeup Obsession, really nice palette. The mini palettes, you guys know, I feel like they're just too small, but the color selection is nice. I suppose if you do want dupes for like ColourPop palettes. The chocolate face palettes, I really enjoyed the contour and bronzer on this as well as the highlighter, so definitely will incorporate this into my makeup routine when I'm not using my own palette of course. The Huda Beauty spray, really enjoyed using this. I feel like it settled in my powders, really like made my skin nice and not too glowy but gave a nice glow to my skin, so overall does what it says. I feel like it's been a pretty successful testing video in my opinion. I like my makeup and I like most of the products. There was nothing that I really disliked to be honest. So yeah, that's my thoughts on everything. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care, bye.